Hi, Kat Lindquist here with Beyond Adoption, and welcome to day 8 of our 30-day Moving Beyond Adoption Challenge Adventure. Yesterday, I talked a bit about the 3 levels of consciousness and how we can move into the superconscious level in order to make the shifts and transformations and move our life set point forward in a way that is really, really challenging if we're only trying to work at the unconscious or self-conscious levels. And as we continue through step 1, reframing, today I want to share a little bit about the 6 self-sabotaging patterns that get in the way through that unconscious level, which you may not understand or even know are these significant drivers in your life, and how these play out in sabotaging you creating a life you love with peace, purpose, and passion. So first, now these are in no particular order. So the first self-sabotaging pattern is I'm not worthy. And someone who believes that they're not worthy is that they don't deserve good things in their life. And in order for them to prove that they are worthy, they will go out and do whatever it takes to prove that they are worthy and hope that they will receive back what they think they're owed for the efforts that they've put out into the world. And yet someone at this level never feels valued enough to actually succeed. The second is I'm not good enough. And someone who says I'm not good enough. Now again, these are the unconscious pieces that are happening in your life. So you may not be actually saying this to yourself, but this is what is happening underneath the surface. So I'm not good enough is never happy or satisfied with what they actually have. They're always trying to seek more. What more could I become? What more could I have? And I'm going to keep striving and striving and striving, and yet all of that striving never actually gets them to the success that they're looking for. And that could be success in business, work, relationships, financial abundance, anything that they're looking to create. They're challenged to create what it is because they don't feel good enough. Number 3, I don't belong. Now, for many adoptees, this is going to resonate strongly with you, and it did for me. I don't belong, and I'm going to do my best to fit in and conform so that I'm accepted. This was me, and this may or may not be you, but there's this feeling that I don't belong, I don't fit in, I'm not connected to this group, this family, this community, this culture, whatever it is. I don't belong. And many of us will end up rejecting other people first before they reject us, because we don't want to feel that pain of rejection again. So we will be very quick to reject others. Number 4, I'm not capable. Someone who says I'm not capable is always trying to learn more. They're trying to gather more resources, more knowledge, more information, more degrees, more certifications, more resources, more money, and yet feel like they still never have enough. Oh, well, maybe if I want to do this, I have to go and get another degree. Oh, if I want to become this, then I have to go get a certification. Oh, if I'm going to do this, I need to have more support and resources. There's always something else that they need to have. They're never enough just being what they are. They don't have the capacity to just do and go for whatever it is that they're trying to create. Number 5, I'm not perfect. Again, a lot of us have that feeling that we need to be perfect. And someone that says I'm not perfect says I'm going to study harder, I'm going to go for it, I'm going to be absolutely as perfect as I can possibly be, because if I'm not perfect, then I'm not going to be accepted, and I am never going to make a mistake, or if I do make a mistake, I'm going to hide it, and I'm never going to let anybody know that I made a mistake, because if they find out, that is going to ruin me for being perfect. And if I'm not perfect, then I'm not acceptable. So sometimes people who have this concept that I'm not perfect and I have to be perfect, they won't even begin something because they have that fear of failure. And number 6, I'm insignificant or invisible. This can also feel a lot from adoptees and people in the adoption constellation is I'm insignificant and I'm invisible. So sometimes people will go the route of I'm going to be the class clown. I'm going to get attention any way that I can. And I'm going to desire status so that I can be seen. And yet there's a part of you that says, but you're not allowed to be seen. You have to stay quiet. You have to stay in the background. You know, don't speak until you're spoken to. And there's all these pieces. And this is a way for you to not connect with who you are, because if you are putting that fake face out there, they're smiling, you're trying to get that attention, and yet you're not really knowing who you are. This is where it can really connect in with adoptees as well. I'm putting on that fake face because I don't really know who I am inside. Now, everyone experiences all of these 6 self-sabotaging patterns, and to some degree more or less, depending on which one resonates more with you. And I want you to know that these are just patterns, and these are just made up BS, belief stories, which your young unconscious part of you created as a way to help keep you safe. Now, as an adult, you get to choose and have the ability to create new belief stories so that you can create the life that you choose and move in the direction that you want to go in. However, these stories have become so ingrained in your life experience and your unconscious beliefs that these are actually who you are, that they don't want to give that up. And so this is why it's important to move to the superconscious level to help shift and transform these aspects and then bring it back down into the unconscious where they can learn the new instructions and the new narrative. So tomorrow, I'm going to go into these patterns of how you create your identity and how moving beyond adoption can help put you in a creative structure which supports you in becoming the person that you choose. So your challenge for today, day 8 challenge, is to review these 6 self-sabotaging patterns. I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I'm not capable, I'm not perfect, I'm insignificant, and I don't belong, not in any particular order. And remember with our eyes of curiosity and observation, how these have played out in your life, because as step 1 reframing, we are using our awareness and our observation without judgment. So write down the observations you have of these 6 self-sabotaging patterns from that place of neutrality where you're observing, how has not belonging played out in my life? How has feeling the need to be perfect played out in my life? And just take notice of these, write them down, and we will be using them for a later challenge. So have a great one, and I'll see you tomorrow.